I gotta get on out of here. Don't be interrupting me when you know I gotta close out the show. That's all for us today.
Good job,
now
Ricky.
it's time for Coast to Coast with David and, of course,
for the rookie.
Gary Champion.
Everybody,
Gotta get on out of here.
for the rookie.
He is Jalen Anthony Rose. What up, Dal? I'm David Jacoby. And on the cool check-in. Together, we are Jalen Jacoby.
Yes,
what are we
we
doing?
are.
We're going to be back. Yes. What they want. Very special show today. It is our official 2018 NBA Preview Special, Jalen. Not only is it Friday, we are so close to the NBA season officially starting, and I am so excited about this season in particular. However, this year, a little bit like last year, it does feel like we kind of know who's going to be in the finals. Why is that upset you? Is that fair to say? Is it fair to say that it's going to be Warriors Celtics in the finals?
It's fair to say that they are the favorites, but going into last year, nobody would have predicted that the Rockets would be up 3-1 against the Warriors before Chris Paul got injured. Stranger things happen throughout the year.
Mm-hmm. They do.
And so, for two teams, I consider it championship or bust. The only ones in the game. In Boston, in Golden State, those are the only two places that feel if we don't win a championship, the season is a failure. Everybody else can find the level of, oh, we made it to the playoffs, or we made it to the second round, or we made it to the conference finals, or we made it to the NBA finals. We know about the Splash Brothers. We know KD's won finals MVP the last 2 years, and Draymond Green is all NBA defense. But you realize what they did this offseason?
What they do this offseason?
They added Boogie! You don't understand how enthusiastic I am about that.
You have always loved Boogie. You've always loved Boogie Cousins.
And let me show you why he's been a fan favorite of this program.
Okay.
Boogie! Boogie! Boogie!
You love Boogie. So it looks like his health is progressing. Okay, it looks like he could play maybe Christmas or something like that. That's plenty of time to, integrate him into what they do offensively and defensively. How much of a difference do you expect Boogie to make on this Warriors team?
A major difference because he gives them strength in the places where they're actually weak. That's going to be paint points. That's going to be mid-range points. And that's going to be offensive rebounding. He's going to give them that size and that skill that when people decide to switch and put a smaller guy on him, he's going to punish them. Oh, when you kick it out to a jump shooting big, it's not going to be Jaja Pachulia.
No.
It's not going to be only lobs to JaVale McGee.
No.
Boogie can actually make the three, pump fake, drive around you, and or make a play for himself and or his teammates. And so with him out, you said Christmas. Here's some kryptonite for the Golden State Warriors.
What's that?
They're young up front. Bell,
Yep.
Looney,
Yep.
these guys, while I think can be serviceable, are going to have to play quality minutes. Jerebko, and they have not been put in that position consistently. So that's going to be something that the Golden State Warriors have to find a way to defend against because they, while are really long, they're not necessarily bulky up front. So that may be something that teams can take advantage of, especially without Boogie.
And the other team that is championship or bust are the Boston Celtics. And the Celtics seem to have progressed every year. But this isn't just, hey, we got to the finals, we lost to the Warriors, we're still happy. This is, we need to win the championship this year.
And this is top down. Danny Ainge put a terrific roster together, still has assets in the chamber. Brad Stevens has established himself as one of the best coaches in the game. And then they drafted well. And before you know it, you have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Scary Terry, Marcus Smart, all helping you with a core group of perimeter players to make it to the conference finals. And now you add Gordon Hayward, who you gave a big deal to, and Kyrie Irving, who's going to play at an all-NBA level. Like the Boston Celtics are loaded. And with Al Horford down low as an anchor and Morris playing quality minutes and Baines, I think they have a legitimate chance to test the Golden State Warriors.
What do you think about the news of Kyrie Irving saying that he's going to stay in Boston?
Genius.
Genius. Why is it genius?
Because it does three things really fast. Number one, it has the fans know that I'm invested.
Yep.
Number two, for the media, stop asking me what I'm going to do.
It kills the noise a little bit.
And number three, it lets everybody in the locker room know this is going to be our last run together. I know that Terry's going to eventually get a deal. I saw them just pay Marcus Smart. They eventually got to pay Tatum and Brown. But they got to pay me too.
And I'm going to eat up a large chunk of this cap.
Or the team may decide that they want to keep most of the guys in tow and not bring Kyrie back.
What?
So that's what's going to make all of this interesting.
See, I think one thing, you know who didn't do that? KD. KD didn't go out and say, I'm staying here, let's just kill the noise. He keeps the noise going. But he could potentially move this offseason, KD or Kyrie. But there's been so much movement with the players in the league. Stars in brand new uniforms. During these preseason games, like, I just have to scratch my head at times. Like, Kawhi is in a Raptors uniform. What is all of this movement? How does it impact the league?
It impacts the league because it now gives new teams an opportunity to be a part of the national conversation. Starting first and foremost with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
Who have the worst record in the NBA the past 5 seasons. And they added LeBron,
Lance Stevenson.
Yeah, he's on the team.
Okay.
He's going to play quality minutes. And then they're going to be nice when he's 0 for 2, 2 turnovers, and play 11 minutes. That's just kind of how it goes. And you talked about Kawhi being in Toronto. They were a number 1 seed last year, and he's a free agent at the end of this year. DeMar DeRozan, 20-plus point scorer, is going to be added to a Spurs team that made the playoffs without Kawhi.
People are sleeping on DeMar DeRozan going to the Spurs. Like, people say, oh, Kawhi's not in the Spurs anymore, so we can just forget about them. Like, don't forget about the Spurs. Like, DeMar DeRozan is a player. And another one that we haven't spoken about yet, Jimmy Butler's not going to play the whole season of the Timberwolves.
No.
Like, that's not going to happen. He's going to end up somewhere, and that's going to change the balance of power. If he goes to the Eastern Conference, the Eastern Conference is a place where you can go from, like, you can take the Heat from maybe we'll make the playoffs to maybe we'll make the Eastern Conference Finals very quickly.
Totally. And that's why I'm really watching what's going to happen with that Minnesota situation, because once Karl Anthony Towns signs his maximum deal, that's an agreement with the owner that we're going to do our best to trade Jimmy Butler immediately.
And I'm glad you brought up Karl Anthony Towns, because one thing that you always say, you've said this ever since we started the podcast, but positions are just made up so a novice can follow the game. There's positionless basketball. What exactly do you mean by that, and what players, along with Towns, sort of exemplify that in the league right now?
And that commentary, at one point in my career, got me banned from First Take. I think the guy that embodies it the most has to be Kevin Durant, because we see a guy that's 6'11", but his wingspan is over 7 foot tall, but he can shoot the three and be at 50% from the floor, 90% from the line, 40% from three type of guy that has led this league in scoring 4 times and is back-to-back NBA Finals MVP.
Mm-hmm. And there's other players like Giannis that comes to mind, you know, that kind of do everything on defensively and offensively, can switch onto a point guard, can switch onto a center. And there's other players out there like KP, you know, Jokic, just like skilled bigs that do a lot of these different things. What other players come to mind that sort of like exemplify positionless basketball?
Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
He's a poster child. Those guys go in whatever particular order you want to use them. KD, AD, Giannis, Jokic, Boogie. Like, all of these guys can do something that a guy that was 7 foot couldn't always do. Dribble, pass, and shoot. Make a play for themselves, make a play for the teammates, and also knock it down with range. So that embodiment of positionless basketball, people always try to leap to the assumption that the big man is instinct in the NBA game, when actually it's just a tall guy, a lanky guy. It's not necessarily a bulky, burly guy. And so it's like today's big guys like that SUV. Back in the day, the big guys were somewhere like a clunker.
Yeah, it's like
that's
Patrick
okay.
Ewing. The Patrick Ewing style big man isn't exactly in the game anymore. They're just like, we're going to dump it down to you in the post 25 possessions a game, and you're going to get us 25 points. And that's how it's going to work, and that's going to be our offense. It doesn't really work like that anymore.
And there have been exceptions to the rules, clearly, when you look at people that ran the floor like David Robinson, and obviously one of the most versatile players at any position, Hakeem. It was a dream. Just a dream.
Well, of course, we're going to be visited by the Podfather later on. I can't do an NBA preview without the Podfather. But we're just going to steal a term from the Podfather and Zach Lowe right now and give you our League Pass teams. These are the teams that we're excited to see that when it's late at night and I should be going to sleep, but I'm going to stay up and watch these teams. Which teams do you have right here as your league pass teams?
First off, OKC, because the last time I checked, Russell Westbrook has averaged triple-doubles. Back-to-back seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul George has re-signed with the team. Steven Adams was voted the toughest player in the league. And they have so many players that are long and lanky and athletic.
Got some bad news.
They can do a lot of switching.
Robertson.
I know.
Yeah.
Robertson, Grant. The other one, Washington. They had Dwight Howard to go with their all-star backcourt and Wall and Bill. And then my final one, we got the Jazz. We got the Jazz.
You stole mine.
We got the Jazz.
You stole mine.
Donovan Mitchell.
That's the Raptors logo. Mine's the Washington logo.
Oh, I wasn't looking at the TV. Yeah, the Jazz.
I got the Blazers and the Washington. Do you know why? Because they're mad. If you remember, think back to how the Washington Wizards and the Trailblazers ended their season last year. It wasn't good. And we all said, are they going to change the front court? Are Wall and Beal going to be together? Going to break up Dame and CJ? Guess what? They ran back those same front courts. There's a lot of pressure on those teams, and I expect big things from those teams because they're so motivated from last year. And, of course, got LeBron on the Lakers. Like, you got LeBron, you got Lance, you got McGee, you got Rondo, you got Kuzma, you got Ingram. You know, like that team is just, they're every night.
Absolutely. And Toronto adding a player like Kawhi Leonard is going to create a level of intrigue. Number one, he's one of the top players in the game going into a free agency. Two, they were the number one seed last year. And also, can Masai Ujiri bring another big-time player there this year to go with them, saying Jimmy Butler? So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So I'm excited to watch all of those squads on League Pass.
Jalen, I have some really good news.
And that's eliminating the obvious. Golden State, Houston, Boston,
I have some really good news, Jalen Rose.
What's that?
Keep it locked to ESPN2 right now. Because after this, the good news is the Podfather, Bill Simmons, is going to come on and give us some bad news.
Love makes you do crazy things, like sneaking the triple-double.
Commercial.
October 17th, presented by State Farm.
Welcome back to JALEN JACOBY NBA Preview Special. Back in 2014, Jalen, you and our colleague at the time, Bill Simmons, were working on a very big project, previewing every single team. However, that year something happened. Only got through number 21. And here is how the series ended.
That's it for the Bill and Jalen preview. We'll be coming back with different outfits because we're done with this taping session. When we come back, the top 20, and the teams are starting to get good. It's starting to get interesting. Will you help with the rankings this time for the next 10?
Yes, sir. I'll do some research and probably bring a computer to the set.
You sound really inspired. We'll see you in the next one. We'll see you in the next one. We'll see you in the next one.
Well, after years, it's an honor to welcome to the show Bad News Bill, ladies and gentlemen. Bad News Bill is back.
Welcome back, my
for
brother.
the 2018-19 NBA preview on JALEN and Jacoby. We're so excited to have you back, Bad News Bill.
I'm trying not to seem happy because I have a lot of bad news.